Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning into CNN News 18. You're watching the explosive weekend debate with me, Kritsween Walia. Well, viewers, less than 2 months after the brutal rape and murder of a postgraduate trainee doctor at Kolkata's RG Kaur Medical College, another daughter of Bengal has been let down in Kultali, North 24 Parganas. In fact, let down would be an understatement. Her life's been snatched away in the most brutal manner. A 9-year-old girl was allegedly raped and murdered on Friday while she was returning home from a private tuition. One of the main suspects, though, has been arrested and the police has vowed strictest of action against the accused. The victim's family members and local villagers have alleged negligence on part of the police. They say the cops weren't quick to act and a delay in lodging a complaint has led to their daughter's death. The police on their part have clarified that they began the investigations even before the FIR was filed and arrested the main suspect within 5 hours. But what we saw after the incident first came to light was an angry mob ransacked the police outpost where the cops allegedly refused to lodge the missing person report. The crowds charged at the police personnel while claiming that the 9-year-old would have been alive had the police acted promptly. Earlier today, in fact, the BJP also staged a protest outside the police station and the morgue where the victim's mortal remains were kept. And following this, Mamata Banerjee broke her silence and revealed that she has ordered the case be registered under POCSO Act while also seeking capital punishment for the culprits within 3 months. She said, and I quote, "Crime has no color, caste or religion," unquote. But viewers, have no lessons been learned from the RG Kaur rape case? Look at the number on your screens. These are the number of crimes against minors in Bengal from 2019 to 2022, and there has only been an increase in such cases over the past few years as per the data with the NCRB, and this despite the state government's tall claims on women's safety. Isn't this yet another reminder of the growing danger women face in West Bengal? This, remember, is a state run by a woman chief minister and a state that portrays itself as a bastion of progress and women empowerment. Before we raise these very pertinent questions with our experts joining us this evening, listen in to the several versions out in the open so far.
সময় যখন আমাদের কাছে খবর আসে মিসিং হয় মেয়েটি, আমরা ইমিডিয়েটলি ইনভেস্টিগেশন শুরু করে দিই। কোথা থেকে মিসিং হলো ওই তদন্ত আমরা খতিয়ে দেখি।
আমি চাই কুলতলির ঘটনাটাও পুলিশ স্পষ্ট করে 3 মাসের মধ্যে ফাঁসির অর্ডার দেবে।
राज्य सरकार पुलिस प्रशासन पूरी तरीके से आंखें बूद के रह रही है। दे आर डूइंग नथिंग। उसने नोच नोच के मारा बच्ची को, काटा, लगभग 30 जगहों में काटने की दाग है, ऐसे लोग बोल रहे हैं। इसके बाद भी अगर पॉस्को नहीं लगता, इस पुलिस को अरेस्ट करना चाहिए, सारे पुलिस अफसरों को जेल में घुसाना चाहिए।
Allow me to introduce Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, along with Professor Manojit Mandal, political analyst. Also with us this evening is academician Shiv Khera and social activist Saira Shahali. My first question is to Professor Manojit Mandal. Professor Mandal, wasn't RG Kaur a damning indictment of Bengal's hollow claims towards women's safety? Wasn't that enough in itself? Following which we saw several tall promises coming from the Mamata Banerjee government, several initiatives being announced, being launched, and yet we see this incident come to light today. How do you explain this?
First of all, this horrendous incident, I don't think this should be treated separately in the state of Bengal. This is happening everywhere. That doesn't mean that it should happen in Bengal. Police should have been, much watchful. Police should have taken action, which they have, by the way. You heard the SP saying that within a span of 12 hours, this main culprit was arrested. But nonetheless, this should not have happened at all. There is no question about that. But to connect every such crimes, horrendous crime, to the women chief minister, to the tall claims. Why are you doing this? These are certificates given by the central government only. That this is the Kolkata, Bengal, I think are one of the safest city for women. Kerala, 3 days back, it happened in Kerala. 5-year-old girl was
No,
raped
but on
brutally
what
in a
basis
guest
are you
house.
calling it one of the safest cities for women? I
I'm not
just put
calling
out
you, hang on,
data
madam.
from
I'm
2019 to 2022,
please,
Professor Mondal, and I can flash those
please,
figures once again. It most
please
certainly isn't the
go,
safest. I'll talk
please,
about other
please
states. I
go.
want to talk about Uttar Pradesh. I want to talk about Maharashtra. But my question to you is with regards to what's happening in Bengal. So let's please stick to that, Professor Mondal.
I'm sticking to the Bengal data. I'm sticking to the central government data only. This was given only 1 month back. That when it comes to the issues about women, the women's safety, the scheme for women, Bengal is number one. Please go to the website of the Ministry of Statistics and Information in the central government. This has been there. I can show you. I can send you personally. But that's not the point, madam.
The point is,
these
Professor
crimes,
Mondal, if you can't ensure basic safety for women, these welfare initiative schemes are pointless. That's the point I'm trying to make, and that's why I'm asking you, what is being done?
In that case, madam, you cannot single out Bengal only. People are still being burnt alive in Manipur. Three weeks back, two Dalit girls were found hanging in UP. I gave an example of Kerala. One minor was raped. But do all these things justify crime in Bengal? My answer is simply no. None other than the chief minister promised that within 3 months justice should be delivered. These crimes are not political, by the way. The problem is that the media and political parties always try to politicize this horrendous crime. There lies the problem.
You know,
to have
Professor
consensus
Mondal,
to deal with such problems.
the media is doing its job, activists are doing their job, and I urge Mamata Banerjee and her Sarkar to do their job when it comes to safety of women. That's the only request I can put out, not just as a journalist, as a woman today, but
Yes,
I want to go across to Pradeep Bhandari as well and let him come in on the various allegations that you've leveled against, the political rivals, quote unquote, in Bengal. Pradeep, we saw the BJP take to streets. The TMC says every time there is a law and order situation, every time a crime is reported against a woman in Bengal, the BJP uses it to its advantage for political gains.
Well, between what does the people of India expect and the Trinamool Congress expects that when the Trinamool Congress and Mamata Banerjee's police does not file an FIR as the principal opposition party in Bengal, should we be silent? It is the people of Bengal, the women of Bengal who are asking the police minister, home minister, chief minister of Bengal certain questions. Point number one, look at the pattern. In the Arjika rape and murder case, Mamata Banerjee's police initially tried to bracket it as a case of suicide. Earlier it was declared as a case of murder and the Supreme Court and the Calcutta High Court had to step in. The FIR was not filed initially. In this case, similarly, the 11-year-old Hindu daughter was raped and the police did not register an FIR. As I speak, there is a case which is reported in East Midnapur. There is a case which is reported in Park Street. What I am questioning here is the intention of the state to not register in case of FIR when the women go to the police station and report the crime. The intention of the state is to brush the entire crime against women as a normal crime.
Okay, Pradeep,
if the state was honest
sorry
in its
to interrupt you
intention,
there,
it
but
would
are you
have registered an FIR.
going by the family's version
Yes.
alone, the victim's family's version and the local villagers, or do you have more proof to suggest that the police did not take the complaint in the first place?
We are going by what the family has told us. We are going by what the villagers have told us. This is exactly the same pattern, as I repeat, that even in the Arjika rape and murder case, if you remember, the family did not agree to take the body because it was not satisfied with the investigation of the Calcutta police. The Calcutta High Court had to step in and then the central agencies were brought in. Even the Supreme Court agreed with every observation of the Calcutta High Court. The pattern is similar of the state here. What I am trying to tell you is that the state here is not focused on providing safety to women. The state here is focused on brushing as the case all these cases, whether it is Kultali, whether it is Arjikar, you saw in Hanskali, you saw in Park Street, all these cases the women chief minister is not focusing on providing justice. She is focusing on ensuring that somehow she brackets the case as a case of suicide. She does not register a case of FIR. Note what the chief minister said. it should not be a case of a media trial. She has not installed the CCTV cameras. Now she expects the media not to even report the crime. Similar in the Arjika rape and murder case, there were Trinamool Congress members who were tweeting that the media should dare to report. The Supreme Court also took cognizance of that. So it's a totalitarian dictatorial state which with its whims and fancies will register FIR, and the women are unsafe in Bengal. It's the intent of the state to choose and pick in crime to act. That is my charge.
Okay, Professor Mondal, quickly
And
before I
look at
take it
this
to
thing,
others.
It is happening during the time of Durga Puja, when the entire state and the country is venerating Ma Durga for Shakti. How appalling can it get? That is my question.
Professor Mondal, is the TMC setting the right example for people of West Bengal to believe what the police is saying? The police has said, no, we acted promptly. You know, we're acting in a manner that swiftest of action will be taken against the accused in this very case. But what example have you set? And I once again go on to talk about the Arjika Medical College and rape and murder case, because there as well, remember, the family was not informed that this was rape and murder. They came up with this concocted false narrative, and that's what really hasn't worked out for the TMC or the police,
think, madam,
or Mamata
I think,
Banerjee for
madam,
that matter. What example should we follow?
Please.
Why should we today give the police the benefit of doubt and not listen to the victim's family?
Madam, you asked me 10 questions, but you give me just 10 seconds to answer, whereas you are giving uninterrupted 3 minutes to your friend. That's not fair as well, right? People can see I am there to answer.
Sir, I
First
began
of
with
all,
you. I asked you three
start
questions right
shooting
in
the
the beginning.
messenger.
Let's not
Can
do
I
this.
can I
Professor
now
Mondal,
answer?
quick response.
Can I
Yes.
now answer? Well, let's do the people can see.
start.
You do not even interrupt one to your friend, but you will interrupt every 10 seconds.
Okay,
to
go
me.
ahead,
That's the
Professor
way you
Mondal.
conduct debate.
We don't have all evening.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So let me speak. Let me speak. This person, BJP spokesperson against spread fake news, police in case of Arjika did not say anything to the family that it was suicide. Initially, the victims of the family of the victims, they were satisfied with the police probe. They're satisfied with the chief ministers. Everything is there on record. You can verify from your sister channel. In this case also, police did file FIR on time. Police did go to that crime spot. We were accompanied by a friend of that victim, very unfortunate victim. Police arrested the person at 2:30. Crime was reported at around 8 in the evening. What more can you expect? First of all, these are the consequences. I am questioning why these crimes are happening. These are not political crimes. These are crimes which are social evil. These are personal crimes. But you are there. You mean BJP will be there, CPM will be there to politicize. They are like the problem. But when it comes to their own backyard in Kerala or in Manipur, in UP, they will remain completely mum. If you want to tackle these crimes, I repeat again, these are not political crimes, social crimes. You have to have proper consensus. Like the Bengal government passed a law, all the police officers, all the DGs of the state, they need to have proper consensus on such issues. And mind you, madam, research says that in 90% of the cases, rapes happen because the victim was known, or the rapist will be known to the victim. There lies the problem. I'm saying that these are not political crimes at all. It's a very nasty patriarchal mindset that leads to rape. We need to dismantle
Professor
that patriarchal
Mondal,
mindset.
what are you doing about these social evils? That's what I began by asking you. Let's not pass the buck. Let's not get into this political bickering. What are you really doing about it? Because the data, the stats, the anger on the ground speaks for itself, Professor Mondal. It's not me. It's the people of West Bengal who are saying, please lead by example. Tell us what you're doing. Ensure this doesn't happen again. If it can happen within the walls of a medical institute, sir, how are you going to secure roads, villages, secluded areas?
This happens, this horrendous crime happens even inside the family, within the four wall of a family. That's what I'm saying.
Can I come in now?
Okay, Saira Shah Halim needs to come in. This is, no, let's not digress. Let's not digress. Here's a victim, a 9-year-old girl,
He's live on your
a
show.
grade 4 student, sir, who's lost her life to this brutal horror. Let's not talk about how this has happened within the family, so on and so forth. We're not going to jump the gun here. Saira Shah Halim wants to come in. Isn't this willful betrayal of justice? Saira, isn't this willful betrayal of justice?
Absolutely. I think we should have learned. Please keep quiet. It's my turn to speak.
Do not invite me.
Professor Mondal, you've had your say. I'll come back to you again. I've let you had your say, Professor Mondal. Let's not do this. Professor Mondal, we're trying to talk about a very serious issue at hand. Let her please start. The two gentlemen have been given adequate time on the panel.
You cannot disturb
Let
my
Saira
voice
Shah
while I'm
Halim
sensitive
please
issue. You have
start
disturbed
with what
my
she wants
voice.
to say.
And you should regret
Saira.
that.
What I'm
You
saying
cannot
is
distort my
it's a
words.
complete case of negligence, by the police administration and the government. We've seen how RG Kar, the whole rape and murder case, how the government of the day, how the police were trying to cover up, by passing it off as suicide. I think we should have learned our lessons. However, this girl
Fake
is
news.
a
Fake
minor.
news.
She's hardly 9
And you
or
are
10 years
preeminently known
of
for spreading
age.
fake news.
And here the Justice Tirthankar Ghosh, when he heard the petition by the girl's family, when there were massive protests in Kultali, okay, in the Joynagar area, they have clearly said that the police should have pressed charges under POCSO. The girl is below 11 years old. And especially when the inquest report mentioned multiple injuries on the victim's body. The question is, why wasn't a POCSO, charges being pressed initially? And again, if you look at the girl was thrown from a swamp, this is absolutely macabre. It is, completely shocking. I, as a woman, as a mother, I'm feeling repelled, I'm feeling agonized, and, I'm feeling angry that, things should have been done. People should have taken cognizance, the government should have taken cognizance. How is, hanging a person, I'm waiting for the charge sheet, so and so got arrested within 5 hours, 6 hours, but a life has, gone in vain. A poor child, a 9, 10-year-old girl has been raped and brutally murdered in West Bengal. And here, instead of pulling up the socks, instead of ensuring the justice is meted out, here we have to hit the streets to ensure justice. We've seen the biggest protest, I think, that probably West Bengal has ever seen. I mean, it's been more than 2 months, and this wouldn't have been sustainable had the civil activists, had the students, had the doctors, had the nurses not played a very pivotal role in this. Now also, in this very unfortunate incident in Kultali, had, people not enraged, had the other political parties, opposition parties not taken cognizance, it would have been on deaf ears. And I think it's time now Mamata Banerjee needs to really take ownership of what is happening in the state. It is not as safe as it was. I used to say with pride that I am a Calcuttan. I am from Bengal. I'm from Calcutta. And it's the safest city in Kolkata. Not anymore. You've seen, if a young doctor is not safe in her workplace, if a young girl of 9-year-old goes to tuition and goes missing, and the police, somehow have to be coaxed to file a missing persons report, to press charges of POCSO, then what world are we living in? We can have spokespersons from various parties. Mamata Banerjee can give statements, oh, you know what, I'm going to ensure that, justice is meted out by hanging the culprit. But how is it solving the problem? I'm really angry today. I'm the only woman panelist, this evening, and I'm really horrified, really angry, and feeling very, very helpless. And I think we really need to, do something about it, and it better be fast, because our patience is really, really wearing thin now, considering the state of affairs in West Bengal.
And Sarah Shalim, you've stood with the junior doctors through their protests.
Yes,
they
I
resumed their total cease work. They're still not convinced at the manner in which their demands have not been met. They say they will resume their protests. They've set a deadline once again for the TMC government. There has to be more to this than just saying, yes, we're going to do more for women's safety. Yes, we're going to set the law and order in place in West Bengal. Mr. Siv Khera is with us as well. He's through now. Mr. Khera, what do you make of the overall scenario? Because the TMC continues to say that, we're all blowing this out of proportion, that the TMC is actually working towards these issues. It's looking at solutions. It's a solution-oriented party. And so this kind of a political bickering should be avoided. But people on ground, and these are not politicians, these are doctors, these are women who say more needs to be done. Enough is enough.
Ma'am, since I joined a little late, just bear with me. Let me complete what I have to say. Unless we address the cause of the whole thing, this will repeat the same thing another month from now. It happened last month. It will keep repeating again and again and again. There are a number of causes. One, there is so much of illegal infiltration that has come in to West Bengal, and that has led to a lot of crime in that place anyway to begin with. You know it, I know it. It is a major problem all over, and such things are happening every day. Number two, this is not new. Law and order and a crime problem has been there for the last 10 years, since 2014, since BJP has been in the center. And they really should have put a president rule right there to begin with and gotten rid of this problem right then, but 10 years ago. And it appears they still have not learned this lesson. And I hope through you, this message gets conveyed to the PMO today that they ought to put a president rule. They cannot let this kind of thing happen again and again and again. And our investigating agencies, enforcement agencies, and besides, our judicial system is such that protects the criminal and penalizes the honest person.
Okay.
And they say, we will take swift action. It happened, Nirbhaya's case, and they said we will take immediately action swift. It has taken 10 years for Nirbhaya case itself. Kasab, a terrorist, was protected and looked after 10 years, and then they decided to do that. Our cases on the Sikh riots, it has been taken 50 years. Average case takes 25 years. So we go through it, have a debate right here on the TV. Similar thing is going to happen again and again and again. And they go scot-free. So it protects the criminal, penalizes the honest person. And the most important thing is that I hold the central government accountable for it, not just the state government, that these people are accountable. The political will is not there. They should have done this and protected the lady that happened last month also. And similar thing will happen again.
There needs to be collective effort towards tackling these challenges.
No, it's not a collective effort. Somebody has to take accountability. You and I, we all are accountable. But no, I'm sorry, we don't agree with
But you know, unfortunately, Mr. Khera, what happens is, if there is a police probe that's underway, which is seemingly unconvincing, the state government starts opposing a CBI probe. There are so many complications that we unnecessarily end up seeing, and that's what delays justice.
They are not complications. They are only excuses. People who want to do things in right, they take accountability and they deliver. A similar thing happened in the US. And when the Arthur Anderson case was tried, it was done a daily trial at that time. So I don't buy that at all.
Okay, fair point.
Absolutely
certain concerns that Mr. Khera is raising with the central government as well. I see Pradeep wanting to come in. Yes, Pradeep.
Christine, first of all, Mr. Mondal officially lied on your show. He said that in the case of RG rape and murder case, the family was satisfied. Let me just re-quote what the family had said. This is the 18th September tweet of the agency ANI, and I quote the mother of the RG rape and murder. She, Mamta Banerjee, said that the culprit will be arrested as soon as possible, but nothing has happened so far. We are not satisfied with the probe. The police did not do a good job at all. I feel the Chief Minister is trying to stop the protest by imposing Section 144. This is the Chief Minister, this is the victim's parents' mother's statement. This is the victim's mother's statement. On the father's statement, the father on North 24 Pargana, 18th August 2024, 3:51 p.m. says, no one from the department of the college cooperated with us. The entire department is involved. The state government is involved. The CM is talking about providing justice, but nothing is being done to us. And they are not satisfied. This is why the CBI had come into picture. Mr. Mandal, rather than standing with the victim, officially lies about RG Kar. Even in this case, the POSCO Act was not registered. On the state, Bengal speaks about having fast-track courts and POSCO courts. 40,000 cases of POSCO are pending. Their intent is what I question. Please note what has happened. I will obviously go with what the villagers have said.
Unfortunately, running out of time, you're raising a very important questions. Mr. Mondal, this exposes systematic right within law enforcement agencies. And Pradeep is fact-checking. You want to respond? We have 30 seconds on the show, please.
First of all, I do not use the word the lie because this person is known to spread lies. This happened on the 9th of August. He is quoting a statement.
You check it if I'm lying. Was the mother and the father of
on the panel with the fact that the family was not convinced at the manner in which the police was probing the RG case.
Later.
Let's please.
How many people? No. First of all, let us have a consensus to have a sane
Quote the statement of the family. It was satisfied with the Chief Minister. I will take back my statement.
1 versus 4. and the one is not even allowed to have it.
No,
Don't
sir,
play a victim
Professor
card,
Mandal,
answer the question.
You've been given enough
Liar.
time.
The problem.
I
You
am,
do not have
unfortunately,
one
I'm
to
running
have
out
any
of
same
time. But
debate. You come with a contrived mind to
let
and
alone the
Mamta ji,
political,
and people
let
and
alone the
who
political
support
blame
Mamta
game,
ji? They are
Professor
like the-
Mandal. Something really needs to be done
You
because
come
the
with a
public is
preconceived
demanding
mind of
justice,
hanging
Professor
Mamta
Mandal,
ji.
not just for the
And
victims,
whoever
but
supports
for the
Mamta ji, they are
safety
like
of
the-
women. And unfortunately, the TMC has let the people and the women of Bengal down, and these
What is
questions
happening in
will have to be
Manipur?
answered. Many
How many
thanks,
presidents
gentlemen,
will we
and
have in
Saira Shah
Manipur?
Alim for joining us this evening. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have in this edition of the Explosive Weekend Debate. Also, quickly talking about another reaction that's come in. Speaking at the felicitation ceremony of former Union Minister Dr. Karan Singh on completion of 75 years in public life at India International Centre in Delhi, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has said convergence of forces within and outside inimical to Bharat is a matter of deep concern and alarming. In a loaded statement, the Vice President said, and I quote, undoubtedly, executive governance is exclusive to the executive as our legislation to legislatures and verdicts to courts, exercise of executive authority by either judiciary or legislators not in consonance with democracy and constitutional prescriptions. Executive governance by the judiciary is beyond constitutional sanctification, unquote. Listen in.
Executive governance by the judiciary is jurisdictionally and jurisprudentially beyond constitutional sanctification. However, this aspect is engaging active attention of the people, indicating in their perception empty such instances. This significant aspect calls for deep reflection to ensure deference to constitutional assents. This would wholesomely contribute to blossoming of democracy and nurturing constitutional spirit and assents. In all humility, so I appeal.
That's all the time we have in this edition of news. Thanks for watching. Good night.